the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Nets in Brooklyn. Looking at the Nets, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And tonight, we'll be seeing Russell Westbrook, somebody who impacts every facet of the game. And, of course, Kenny, we know he averaged a triple-double at one point.
You know what? Westbrook and the big O, Oscar Robertson, the only ones to ever do that in NBA history. That's amazing. And Russ continues to polish his game.
Not only that, Kenny, his motor is off the charts. Insane athleticism truly sets him apart.
Give me your best motor.
What car?
Ferrari. Truck. Mini Cooper. Okay.
That wraps it up here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
Mini Cooper.
From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. So for the Thunder, their last game, a win against the Pistons.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a testament to how level-headed this group is. Nice job executing on the offensive end of the floor.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said, you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. Looking at the midseason numbers for international viewership, Doris, the league is really making an impression around the world.
I know soccer is maybe the biggest sport worldwide, but what has struck me over the last 5 to 10 years is how global a game basketball has become, and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing sports in the entire world. And make no mistake, to me, it's the league that has brought this ability to bring people together with incredible stars who fans can relate to. The one guy that comes to mind, obviously, Steph Curry.
Well said. The vision of the league, to me, is just incredible and unequal. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Thunder. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. And it's George in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Robertson kicks to Grant. The shot missing. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
Well, you hope they learn from the experience, and it's a shame it had to come at the expense of a loss because they did play well enough to win.
Here's LeVert. He's coming off a 19-point game against Cleveland. Pass to Carroll. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Russell. That shot misses. Adams, some nice D. George finds Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Here's Robertson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Grant outside. On the wing, George. Back to Grant. Takes a 3. That shot off the mark. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, and for two squads that don't know each other all that well, this should be an intriguing battle.
Right. In a matchup where you don't see the opponent often, there should be a lot of surprises. I don't know what to expect. 1 for 4 right now. A little sluggish coming out of the gate.
Carroll against George. Outside Russell. Pass to Allen. The drive by Russell. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, man, how good is he at turning on the jets and getting to that next level? D'Angelo Russell, fearless, driving on the interior.
Now here's Adams. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, a nice shot by LeVert.
That's 6'7". Karis LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
Robertson kicks to Grant. Lets it go from deep. Good on the three-point shot. Grant's got 5 points so far.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Fareed the pass to LeVert. Here's Allen. And it's Brooklyn scoring again. Now here's Westbrook. He had 19 points in the win against the Pistons in Detroit. George against Carroll. And that one's good, George.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Down low. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Karis LeVert, a player who executives knew had potential, Doris, but they were scared away on draft day.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, the 3 foot surgeries early in the career had a toll on that. But let's remember, the Nets took a chance, and he has more than shown with the ceiling he has what a good decision that was.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first.
When you think about Thunder coach Billy Donovan taking over in 2015, he came in as a 2-time NCAA champion at Florida and one of only 4 individuals to play and coach in a Final Four. Incredible stuff.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Andre Robertson. And he makes both free throws. And Coach Donovan, when he came in, wanted to encourage more ball movement and spacing.
I'm not sure it's played exactly as he had hoped. It's not always possible to shoehorn a new style of play. You've got to adapt to your personnel.
Now, here's Grant. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
It's stolen by Adams. Here's Schroeder. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play. Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the 3. Nice.
Westbrook against Russell. The 3 from George. Allen with the rebound. Nets leading by 4. Passes it to Carroll. Back to Russell. Here's Allen. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Allen's got his second bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Schroeder surveying the floor. Here's Adams. That one wide left.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
Russell against Westbrook. Russell finds Allen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Westbrook with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Shoots over Carroll. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 6-point lead. Basket good. LeVert's got 6.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the pass to Adams. In the corner, George with it. And they get it. Picked his pocket. LeVert the pass to Carroll. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's LeVert. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
Schroeder kicks to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Now the superb athleticism of Russell Westbrook on full display. The vertical out of this world.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. You know, a skill that doesn't show up in the box score, the drawing charge calls. In your opinion, there are, I'm sure, a lot that you think are the best at it.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, sometimes this comes at a cost physically that you have to be willing to absorb. I've seen Marcus Smart take a charge from LeBron James. That's 6'8", 250-plus pounds coming at you full speed. Kemba Walker, Draymond Green. But, Kevin, you know this. When you draw a charge, you have essentially given yourself an extra possession, and you've put the opponent at a detriment because it's a foul against that player who's committed it.
Means a lot. And the Nets with possession here. Following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Felton. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And the Nets lead by 9.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Now George. He's coming off a 34-point game against Detroit.
And, guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Napier kicks to Davis. Inside and stolen by Felton. Outside, George. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Struggling to make shots this quarter and making it hard to catch up.
And the basket is good. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 points so far.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's George. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. And that one's good. Noel.
How about that show of strength from Nerlens Noel? No fear in how he attacks the defense on these shots.
Outside, Davis. He dishes it to Napier. Clock at 6. It's tipped.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot, says no, sir.
And even with the height disadvantage, he finds a way to convert.
Boy, you got to appreciate how confident he was in that instance. He doesn't allow the taller defender to stop him. He's saying, I'll take you on right now.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Dinwiddie. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. He kicks to Napier. Shot clock at 6. Allen finds Hollis Jefferson. Napier with it, defended by George. Here's Dinwiddie. His last outing, he had 8 points. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Schroeder outside. Shoots from the baseline, and the jumper is good. Schroeder's got his second basket of the game.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy. Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Patterson passes to George. They get the rebound. Patterson goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Davis has got his first bucket in this one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
George looking around. Takes a shot at the elbow. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. No coverage that time. Felton has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, Felton puts a terrific spin on his shots from deep. Stroke is too nice.
Pass to Napier. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off attacking the basket than settling for the jumper.
Stolen by Allen. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by George. And the shot goes in. Dinwiddie's got 6 points.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Pass to George. 1 second left. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Don't you get the sense that Paul George relishes these challenges? He knows he's a top-tier player. He fears no one.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Nets. They're up by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. The leadership of Russell Westbrook is so important to the team, and Steven Adams talked about what it means to him.
He's doing just an unbelievable job at just controlling the guys, controlling the game, making sure that everyone's feeling in the right mood to play and willing to sacrifice for one another.
You know, so much of leadership is that emotional component, motivating guys to give their all.
And Russ certainly leads by example with his competitive zeal, but he understands also he's got to bring his teammates with him.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
I'll tell you, when you take care of the backboards, good things seem to happen.
Well, I think it's been a priority to hit the glass, no doubt, and using their length and athleticism to perfection on the boards.
Davis is out there with Allen. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. So that's the Nets 5.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first free throw is good. Well, you just have to admire the job that this Nets front office has done to improve the roster.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, they have taken on bad contracts in an attempt to gather assets. They have found talents like Spencer Dinwiddie who were passed up by other teams. So even though they didn't have a ton to work with, the team has kept pace with their improvement.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Schroeder with the ball. Felton kicks to Noel. Schroeder, left side. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
No good on the free throw.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
That one is no good.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Allen outside. Here's Dinwiddie. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
First free throw is good. More and more we're hearing the term positionless basketball, Doris, but it's not an entirely new concept. I remember Jerry West, for example, talking about it a couple decades ago.
Well, I think Jerry West talking about it is about there are certain guys historically who could play in any era. Jerry West would be there. Rick Barry would be another one. So certainly this has been a topic discussed in the past. I think why it's so important in today's day and age, the NBA has become a switch-heavy league, and that's on the defensive end. And therefore, teams like Boston and others are building their roster around guys who are switchable and versatile. It's become an almost necessity in today's NBA.
Great perspective.
That's an unwise shot. I'm sure coach and teammates would have preferred he swing the ball for a better opportunity.
Here's Felton. Rebound, Brooklyn. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Floats one. That shot, no good. Felton with some nice D. Schroeder, left side. The dish now to Felton. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 6. Kicks to Napier. Shoots over Schroeder. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's picked off. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Felton. And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. That'll be his second foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Thunder trailing by 6. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Patterson for 3. It's good from long range. Patterson's got 5 now.
Well, we talk about not wasting any time. How about Patrick Patterson on the catch and shoot?
Russell dishes to Kira. The pass to LeVert. Trying to end the drought. Out to Russell. Lets the three fly. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 8.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And here's Westbrook. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force.
Russell Westbrook is an elite talent. He knows how to make tough shots.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Adams checked in. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs, that's the real question.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Cleveland.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch. Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 5-point game. And they call an illegal screen here. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Taking a look at Milwaukee. They hold the first place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And of course, there's the Nets. They're down in 7th place.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, if the season were to end today, they'd find themselves right in the playoff hunt. That's some serious progress for a team that struggled so much of last year.
Now here's Davis. Outside, Russell. No good with the triple. Thunder trailing by 5. Over Russell. And it's off the back rim. No good. Here's the floater. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Grant surveying the D. He kicks to Adams. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. No good from Grant. Nets leading by 5. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's foul number 2 for him.
Guys, that's number 2 on him. And they do not need him to sit right away. But one more foul before the half, and he'll be headed to the bench.
Back to Fareed. Russell finds Fareed. Four on the shot clock. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Westbrook against Russell. Over Westbrook, and that one's good. Russell's got 12.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Grant. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Grant's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, this is why Jeremy Grant's size is important. Stretches out beautifully whenever he's close to the rack.
Russell against Westbrook. Russell passes to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
To the left side wing. Back to Noel. Westbrook against Russell. It's stolen by Carroll. And it's Russell in the corner. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's his third foul of the game.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A 4th would be inexcusable.
And the Thunder making a switch here. George is checked in. Now here is Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Russell from long range. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's George. Grant outside. Pass to Robertson. On the wing, George. Shot clock at 5 from about 19 feet.
Well, you love the activity of Karis LeVert. He's just trying to bother the offensive player and does a good job there.
Here's Carroll. The feed to Fareed. Out to Russell. Fires for 3. Tries again. And Fareed lays it in.
Timeout.
Fareed's got his second basket.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
You know, I think he senses a team on the ropes and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in. Thunder trailing by 10. And now that final debt Doris has been paid, it must feel like a huge relief for Nets fans to be done with that trade they made with Boston.
Well, you hate to say it, but trading for KG, Pierce, and Terry back in 2013 turned out to be a disaster for the Nets. Probably set the organization back a good 5 years. They must be thrilled to be out from under the weight of that mistake. I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
From 12 feet out, Russell with the bucket. Russell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
And Robertson has it in the corner. Outside, George drills it from outside. George has got 9.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Russell finds Allen. Back to Russell. A baseline J, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Passes it to Robertson. Westbrook scanning the floor. In the corner, George with it. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And 12 points for George.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
LeVert the pass to Fareed. Russell from long range. But they recover it. There's the pass to LeVert. And the layup falls. He's got 11.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Westbrook passes to Adams. Grant outside. It's in the bucket for his 4th field goal. Shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
What a difference in the second quarter. His shooting, much more confidence, much more accuracy.
Russell kicks to Allen. Pass to Carroll for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Carroll's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
I think Carroll goes through stretches where he shoots better from three-point range than from inside the arc. What a deadeye right now.
Carroll against George. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. George has got 14 points for the game. Nets leading by 7. Timeout called the Nets. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
So for the Nets, Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Reed. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's Napier in for Russell. The Thunder also changing it up. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Grant. Felton comes in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's George following the bucket by the Nets. Patterson can't get it to go.
And they continue to control the glass.
And it's denied. Outside, George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And he was one of many big names in free agency this past summer. Paul George, a huge part of that. But, you know, Greg, he didn't take long to make his decision.
Many expected George to maybe jump to the Lakers. Had been saying it was his dream to play in L.A. for over a year. But credit Westbrook and the Thunder. They won him over. He was one of the first signings in free agency to re-up with OKC.
That's good from George.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And both free throws good for Paul George. And Greg, Paul George, the league leader in steals and deflections in 2018.
And Frank Vogel, who coached him at Indiana, said he always thought PG had Allen Iverson's instincts in Scottie Pippen's body. He's talented enough to disrupt without gambling.
And it's Napier missing.
You know, despite his struggle shooting, they've been successful tonight. He's just not gotten on track.
Pass to Patterson. Adams dishes to Schroeder. Passes it to George. Buries it down low. George has got 18 points in the game.
Well, there's superb shot selection right now with Paul George. He's aggressive, but he's still playing within the offense.
D'Angelo Russell getting it done for Brooklyn. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front of the post and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. At one point, they had a 9-point lead fueled by some entertaining defensive and offensive plays. They ended up leading by 6 at the end of the first quarter. Going through the second quarter, they started to look a bit fatigued, but played well enough to enjoy a 5-point cushion here at the half. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
They did some good things, but the defense could have been much better. They allowed too many open looks, allowed the other team to make over half his shots. Some of that is not getting enough pressure on the ball, not really contesting at the rim. They look good, but not good enough.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And through the first two periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
Thunder trailing by 5. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Patterson is the 4 with Adams in the middle. Westbrook and Robertson the backcourt. And it's George in at the small forward. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Nets. Allen outside. Russell against Westbrook. Russell kicks to Carroll. 5 on the clock. The pass to LeVert. Over George. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Now we take a look at the 2K leaderboard to see who the best rebounders in the NBA have been over the last 10 games. In the third spot, Steven Adams.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
Westbrook finds George. Patterson against Fareed. Back to George. Pass to Robertson. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Nice D from Russell. Here's LeVert. With some arc, it's not going to go for him. Adams, some nice D. Thunder trailing by 5. Here's Westbrook. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fight, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
And the first one drops.
So Russell Westbrook, the man who only got a college scholarship because someone else didn't want it, comes into the NBA as simply an athletic combo guard, has turned himself into one of the NBA's best. What a story, Mr. Harlan.
Grant, he's checked in for the Thunder. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, I think you think of the Brooklyn Nets, and though there isn't a ton of wins, I do think you see this team moving in the right direction. Yes, they only had 28 wins, finished 12th overall, but the reality is, on a night-by-night basis, this team gives great effort in the face of adversity.
Here's LeVert, 11 points in the game, and Russell gets it to go.
You can see what a gifted player and scorer D'Angelo Russell is. Defense doesn't deter him.
Pass to Robertson. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. On the wing, George. Carroll covering. And George kicks to Grant. A three-pointer, no good. And the Nets' win total last year, impressive given the injuries.
Well, Jeremy Lin and D'Angelo Russell's injuries obviously made things difficult, Kevin. But despite it all, the Nets were more competitive than they've been the last few seasons. To me, this is an organization that has some things it can build on.
Passes it to Robertson. On the wing, George. Back to Robertson. Fareed against Grant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Kenneth Fareed.
Well, the athletic Jeremy Grant, so good at initiating contact, he gets the defense to react to his aggressiveness.
Doris, I'm looking at Jeremy Grant, a second-round pick back in 2014 out of Syracuse. The Grant family has produced a number of NBA players. What do you think caused him to slip to the second round?
Well, Jeremy Grant was definitely a young man drafted on potential. Here we have a great athlete whose game is still sort of rounding its way out. He has gotten on the floor in the NBA because of his defense, his ability to run in transition, and I think on the offensive end, there are a number of areas he can improve on. He can become a knockdown mid-range shooter. He can get 8 to 10 points in transition or offensive rebounds. There's a lot to like here, Kevin.
The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
Now, here is Russell. 21 points in the game. Carroll against George. Here's Davis. Out to Russell. Back to Davis. Another shot. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Robertson. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Now, here is Russell. Averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
How quick is Russell Westbrook with the dribble? He is impossible to contain.
Brooklyn leading by 4. Here's LeVert. He's got 11. The pass to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Russell's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, this is a main strength of D'Angelo Russell. When he gets room to shoot from the mid-range, there's no hesitation.
And Westbrook, here we go. And the basket is good.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Russell passes to Carroll. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Dinwiddie is checked in for LeVert. Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And they double up Russell. Back to Carroll. And stolen by Noel. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Westbrook, no good.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have to.
Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got 8 points.
A great size at the point guard position. Dinwiddie, fantastic, getting into the paint and making the defense pay.
Noel finds Grant. Now George. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Paul George with the steal. They're running. Here's Westbrook, and he goes right over to D'Angelo Russell and slams it down.
I'm not sure athleticism does that play justice. Russell Westbrook doing work.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Timeout called the Nets. The Thunder probably the best team in the league at creating extra opportunities.
And they do it in two ways, Kevin. They are a team that emphasizes offensive rebounds and forcing turnovers. So they make you feel them, and they make things happen with their activity.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Ande Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Reed. And it's Napier in for Russell. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Schroeder's checked in. Carroll kicks to Davis. Now here's Napier. He's guarded closely. 4 on the clock. A stupendous finish in traffic. Napier's got his second bucket of the night.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Here's Westbrook, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Nets.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing.
Well, free throw shooting is a constant cause of concern for them, and today that concern has been front and center.
He hits the second from the line.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
Now here's Carroll. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
They're fortunate to be in front, given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Outside Westbrook. Over Napier. It'll go, and the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Russell Westbrook. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Here's Napier inside, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
You call that power basketball by Hollis-Jefferson. He's willing to go right through the foul.
And you have to love the way Hollis-Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis-Jefferson on the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Patterson comes in for Grant, and it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. That free throw good from Hollis-Jefferson. And with Hollis-Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
Now, here's Patterson. He's got 5. Here's Felton. And the shot is long. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've led by as much as 10. Davis. The shot's good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw good, Davis. Thunder trailing by 7. Outside, Felton. Schroeder kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Kev, this is how athletic Paul George is, an absolute monster around the rim.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Napier. Baseline try. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Outside, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The sturdy Patrick Patterson, the 14th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010.
What you love about Patrick Patterson is he's turned himself into a three-point specialist over the course of his career. You know on a night-by-night basis what you're going to get on the defensive end. And that is a multi-positional defender who's going to give you great effort every single time out. There's something to be said about Patrick's ability to adjust and evolve his game as the NBA has evolved.
Free throw good, Paul George.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in. And both free throws good for Paul George.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls. And a chance to check out the numbers for Allen. 7th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. Now here's Allen. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Taken away by Felton. And here's the fast break. Felton leading the way. The putback. That shot no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists in the game. Thunder trailing by 5. Schroeder passes to Patterson. Connects from three-point range. Patterson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
To me, when Patrick Patterson is hitting from deep, it makes everything easier for his teammates. He has got tremendous touch.
Napier dishes to Dinwiddie. Kicks it to Allen. Clock at 4, and the foul called on Nerlens Noel. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 8. Dishes it to Allen. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Off target with his 3. Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Felton. He nails it, and we're tied up. Felton has got 5 now.
But with that frame, outstanding strength by Ray Felton, working hard inside.
Napier kicks to Davis. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Noel. Outside, Felton. For the lead, and Davis sends it back. And they're running. There's Hollis Jefferson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 5 assists tonight.
Oh, Kevin, how about Hollis Jefferson's sensational athleticism fends off the defense effectively.
Now here's Felton. He's got 5 from deep. George, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
And stolen by Noel. Here's Schroeder. The shot from the low post is good. Now it's a 3-point Thunder lead.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming. Boom!
Oh, my God.
That's how you attack. Wow.
How'd he do that?
And I'll tell you what, Hollis Jefferson doesn't mind showing out a little bit. What a sensational leaper.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
To the middle. It's stolen by Adams.
And this could be the final possession of the period.
Right, they have to play their cards right. No rush, work the clock, and get a quality look.
Now Schroeder. It's George on the wing. With 2 seconds left. Misses the shot.
What a defensive effort from Hollis Jefferson, using his quick feet and length to bother shooters.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nets lead by 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Hollis Jefferson and Allen together down low. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Fires from 14. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Felton kicks it over to Schroeder. Passes to Noel. Over to the left wing. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And it's Schroeder missing.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Hollis Jefferson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Brooklyn. Felton kicks to Noel. To the middle. And Noel throws it down.
Oh, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Brooklyn's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Friday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Monday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And that one misses.
Well, you think about the Brooklyn Nets and Kenny Atkinson having a tough task of rebuilding this organization. It is still feeling the effects of the trade that stripped them of so many picks. But give Kenny credit for embracing the challenge and knowing there's a long road ahead.
Kenneth Fareed's checked in for the Nets. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Good on the second free throw. And with Atkinson in the nets, he said it feels like the team is a startup.
Right. Atkinson has taken a more hands-on approach with the team. He works out with the group. He does weightlifting with them. He wants to build the idea that the team is striving towards something together.
Here's LeVert. That's short off the rim. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points to tie it up. And it's good, 2 points. And that'll tie this game up.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got two teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
Russell kicks to Napier. Pass to Allen. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Schroeder, and it's off the back rim. No good.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
He feeds it to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Well, you love when Steven Adams shows his strength. Even with the defense in his grill, he finds a way to score.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Russell Westbrook in for Raymond Felton.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
Stolen by Fareed. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Oklahoma City's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's Robertson. Carroll covering. And Allen with the block. Russell looking it over. And they double up Russell. Carroll. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. And it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
Well, this score is all about Damari Carroll getting himself good post position. If you allow him that deep, turn the lights out, Kevin.
Adams finds Schroeder. And it's Grant in the corner. The Thunder with another miss. Brooklyn leading by 3. Russell passes to LeVert. Outside Russell. They get it back. The Nets working the ball around now. The shot by Carroll, no good.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
And it's Schroeder missing.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
The shot by Carroll, no good. Thunder trailing by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Fareed against Grant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Kenneth Fareed.
Well, the length and athleticism that Jeremy Grant possesses puts the defense in a tough spot. That's nice.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Dennis Schroeder.
Two shots.
That free throw missing. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jerian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
And he's good on the second.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Pass to Allen. Outside, Russell. Over to the wing. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Nets.
Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his second from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half, too.
Robertson kicks to George. Here's Noel. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Allen. Carroll with it. Here's LeVert. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Russell. Fires the 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Westbrook kicks to George. Grant gets a wide-open look. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here's Carroll. The pass to Allen. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Boy, plenty of time left on the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his 4th foul now.
So it's Brooklyn now. Outside, Russell. Just 5 on the clock. Softly drops in the floater. Russell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Think about this. In his first season away from the Lakers last year, D'Angelo Russell seemed to be a much more confident player. Looked like the number 2 overall pick we expected coming out in 2015.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, D'Angelo Russell.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And they were in danger of losing back-to-back games before he stepped to the forefront here tonight. This was not a game he was going to let get away from him. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He's not satisfied with their effort level. He said, we're not hustling out there, guys. We are not going to win that way. I promise you. We've got to get after it. We'll see how his team responds.
And Russell missing a lot of time before the midway point last year with a knee injury.
Well, I think he knew that he would be called upon to lead the team with his scoring and playmaking ability, and he really stepped up to the challenge. Amazing what a change of scenery can do for a guy.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. And let's get an update on the Steven Adams injury with DA.
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Oklahoma City, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. We're well into this season, and that is the last thing this team needed. And that's going to make things much harder for them down the road. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Well, and barring any of those setbacks, Greg, I wouldn't be surprised to see him back ahead of the schedule they've laid out for him.
Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-3 run. Russell with it. Westbrook picks him up. Poke loose. It's George on the wing. No coverage that time. George has got 29.
Well, the aggressiveness of Russell Westbrook setting up that bucket right there. This guy knows how to find the best shot possible.
Fareed looking for an opening. He dishes it to Russell. Here's LeVert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Deep 2 from Carroll. Bullseye. And the Nets lead by 8.
DeMarre Carroll gives the defense no time to react on that. Not looking to pass or put it on the deck, just score it.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Russell against Westbrook. Russell dishes to Allen. Out to Russell. Pass to LeVert. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game. Thunder trailing by 8. Pass to Robertson. Back to Westbrook. That shot missing. Nice D from Russell.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Carroll finds Russell. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Oklahoma City on D. Trailing here by 8. Passes it to LeVert. Just 5 on the clock. Shot from 12. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George. Got it. Good job in the low post. George has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
Fareed outside. And there's the pass to LeVert. And it's good for 2. LeVert's got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, I'll tell you, when Karis LeVert is in the zone, he's hard to shake. This guy can heat up quickly.
Pass to Westbrook. And he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got 19 points.
Boy, the defense was in perfect position, but it simply didn't matter. He's just too skilled, too good.
Russell kicks to Carroll. But they'll get another chance.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Here's Westbrook. Nice D from Russell. Nets leading by 8. LeVert the pass to Russell. 1:25 left in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Here's LeVert. The rebound by Steven Adams. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Nails the wide open jump shot.
This guy is clutch. He's money. The game's in the balance. Russell Westbrook says it's my turn.
Russell against Westbrook. Russell high post. Here's LeVert. And Adams sends it back. And he gets it back. And it's LeVert missing.
Can't waste a second now. And even then, there's still little chance.
No, exactly. They've got to act quickly. They don't have a ton of time to work with. The seasoned veteran, the big shot maker, Russell Westbrook.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Karis LeVert at the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
To me, Karis LeVert has tons of upside. This is a 6'7" guard with an outstanding skill set.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that one's good. Westbrook.
I can't imagine the energy expended by Russell Westbrook. Always a threat to score, even when he's getting knocked around.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
What we know about D'Angelo Russell is this guy is a dynamic, aggressive scorer. The key is he's got to extend his minutes playing under control. If he does that, lights out.
And so here is Oklahoma City.
And this is not a time to be patient with the basketball.
No, you've got to act quickly here. I mean, look for the quick score and either a fast foul or a steal. No options.
And so they foul intentionally.
Shooting for Brooklyn, D'Angelo Russell, taking 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, rebounded by the Nets. They've led by as much as 10. Now here's Napier. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Berg, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.